So we're talking about how to swaddle a baby. It makes me quite claustrophobic, if I'm honest, but I know a lot of babies love it. So can you show us how we do that?
So I'm a great fan of swaddling.
Okay.
And the reason for that is, especially in very small babies, it makes them feel quite snug and secure.
Yeah.
And if you can imagine, for 9 months they've been in this very, very tight space, and then suddenly they're in this big wide world, and their reflexes can startle them and keep them awake.
Yeah, you see that when they do that.
So the traditional way of swaddling is with the arms down.
Okay.
And you just wrap the swaddle round, and this is just a big muslin.
Okay, right.
And then you wrap the other one around there. Yeah?
Okay.
So that's a traditional way of swaddling, and you want to be doing it nice and tight. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you
However-
put them to bed like that?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
safe for them to
absolutely.
go in their cot, swaddled, on their
On their
backs.
back, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing you need to be careful of is how many layers that they're
Okay.
having, because of course the swaddle blanket, when it goes round,
Yes.
is that's going to be
I see,
classed
one
as
layer.
3 layers. 2
Oh,
layers. 2 layers
really?
down there. Yeah, because you've got 2 layers.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So you need to be careful, especially in the summer months or in hot climates, that you're not wrapping lots of blankets around your baby.
Yeah, before you know it, they've got 5 layers on them.
However, what I find, and what I did with all of the babies that I've worked with, is I swaddle with their arms up.
Okay.
Okay. Babies are quite dexterous, and a lot of babies don't like this feeling
Yeah.
of having their arms down.
Yeah.
So if your baby doesn't like that way of swaddling, it's well worth trying swaddling with their arms up.
It's interesting.
Because it makes them
prefer
feel
that, I
they
think.
can hold, they can touch their face. They're quite dexterous. They've got their hands.
Yeah.
Sometimes they play with the swaddle blanket, and I've seen all of mine do that. So I'll put their hands up,
Okay.
wrap one side around, again exactly the same, tuck it in.
Yeah, because
and
they're
wrap
still
the other
getting the
side.
comfort,
Yeah,
but they're not quite
exactly.
as
And then
restricted.
they've got their arms up and they can play with their face. Once you've got this wrapped around and they're lying down, their feet aren't going to be able to move a great deal anyway.
Sure.
Yeah. So with traditional swaddling, you would also swaddle the legs
Okay.
up. However, you need to be quite careful with that, because the research that has shown that swaddling's bad for babies has all been to do with their hips and how they've been locked in a special position.
Okay.
Whereas if you only swaddle the arms, you haven't got any risk of causing any damage to the hips by swaddling the hips. So rather than a muslin, this is more of a traditional swaddle blanket. So it's just one that you can buy that's got the different bits already made.
Okay.
This is a newborn one, but
Right.
I have to say that because I never swaddled the legs in,
Yeah.
I used this up until mine were around 6 months old.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, you lay the baby with the neck at the top.
Yeah.
You're swaddling with the arms up, and you just wrap the swaddle blanket round. Make sure that you're tucking it in well there, and then you would bring this up, which swaddles the legs.
Okay.
And then wrap this around.
Very cosy.
Yeah.
Can you ever swaddle too tight, Hannah?
No. I think that the biggest mistake that parents make is they don't swaddle it tight enough. I
Really?
think they really like to be.
Because I just think naturally you're quite like,
Yeah.
like it feels like you're really restricting them.
The only thing that you do need to be careful of is if you are swaddling the legs, then you're not swaddling this up too tight.
Okay.
So what you wouldn't want to do in a baby is to pull that up so that their legs
like
go up.
raised.
Yeah,
Okay.
because then that can damage the hips.
Okay.
The kind of reflexes that startle them awake
Yeah.
normally subside between 3 and 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different in every baby. Some babies love being swaddled. Generally speaking, the latest that you want to swaddle a baby is up until the point that they're rolling. Sometimes that can be a little bit of a weaning process because the baby doesn't
Funny,
like it
anything
much.
is now, isn't
Yeah.
it? So don't try and swaddle your toddler, basically. The golden rule there.
That's when the muslin can come in really handy, because what you can do is put, not the big ones, a small muslin,
Yeah.
and you can put your baby into a sleeping bag and then just wrap their arms with the small muslin, and then that can kind of wean them off of the swaddle slightly.
Can I just say that Hannah's written a brilliant piece actually, which is available on Upward Hours, about the layers and temperature, which is really useful. So if you have any concerns about how many layers or what they should be wearing in the winter, summer months, then do check that out on the website.